Level 1. The morning everything breaks. You wake up at 6:47 a.m., same apartment, same ceiling crack, above your bed. You reach for your phone, and that's when it starts. Your friend Marcus texts you, "Bro, did you see what happened with the Chelsea game last night?" You stare at the message. You were just talking about that game yesterday. At 4 p.m., Chelsea won, last-minute header. You both went insane about it. You type back, "Yeah, crazy finish, 3 dots. Then, "What finish? Game's tonight." You sit up. You open the sports app. Chelsea versus Arsenal, scheduled for tonight. 7:45 p.m. kickoff. No result, no recap, nothing. You check the date on your phone. It's the same date as yesterday. You blink, you close the app, you open it again. Same date. You think, glitch, time zone bug, something. You get dressed. You go outside. The newsstand on the corner. Same headline as yesterday. Same stack of unsold papers. The woman walking her golden retriever. Same route, same pace, same red jacket. You stop walking. You've seen this exact morning before because you lived it yesterday. Level 2. You test it. You go back to your apartment. You sit down. You think clearly. You remember everything from yesterday. You remember the coffee you spilled on your desk at 9 a.m. You remember the notification that your rent payment cleared at 11:34. You remember the argument outside the bodega between 2 guys over a parking spot. So you wait. 9 a.m. You reach for your coffee. You set it further from the edge than usual. No spill. 11:34. Rent notification, exact second. You walk down to the bodega. 2 guys, black sedan, silver SUV. Same argument, word for word. You're not dreaming. You're not crazy. You're just outside of it. Everyone else is running the same day again, but you remember. That's when the thought hits you. If you remember yesterday, and no one else does, you can use it. Level 3. Small moves. First, you start small, smart. You know that at 2 p.m., a woman in a blue coat will drop her wallet near the steps of the public library on Mercer Street. Dark leather, overstuffed with cards. You're there at 1:58. You pick it up before it hits the ground. She turns around, grateful, almost in tears. Inside the wallet, $340 cash, credit cards, a Metro card. You hand it all back. You're not a thief, not yet. But now you know something important. Your memory is exact. Every detail, every second. You start writing things down. Tomorrow's lunch special at the Thai place on 6th. The lottery numbers on the scratch card that the guy at 7-Eleven buys at 3:15 p.m. The stock that spikes 4.2% right before the market closes. You don't act on all of it. Not today. You're building the map first. Level 4. The first real move. The scratch card thing, that's too traceable. But the stock, that's clean. You open a brokerage account that morning, fund it with $800 from your savings. You wait. 2:48 p.m., you buy in. 3:17 p.m., the spike hits. Just like yesterday, you sell. $800 becomes $1,140. Not life-changing, but proof. You sit in your apartment that night, and the feeling is something you've never had before. Not quite power, more like standing on a cliff edge and realizing the wind won't push you. You can predict everything, and no one knows. That night, you sleep fine. You wake up, same date again. Level 5. Going bigger 3. Repetitions of the same day. You've made $1,140, then $4,200, then $9,800. Each loop, you get more precise. You start targeting bigger trades, small cap biotech, FDA announcement. You already know the result. $9,800 becomes $31,000 in 6 hours. You don't celebrate. You don't tell anyone. You open a second brokerage account under a different email. You start spacing the trades. Different assets, different timing. You're not greedy. You're methodical. But there's a problem starting to form at the edges because every morning you remember everything and everyone else remembers nothing. You have a conversation with your sister on the phone. You've had it before. 4. 3 times now, she tells you about her job interview. You already know she didn't get it. You tell her anyway that she'll be okay. She laughs, asks how you always know what to say. You don't answer. After you hang up, you sit very still because you've started to notice something. The day isn't exactly the same each time. Small things are different. A car that was red is now blue. A conversation that ended one way ends differently. Like the day is the same river, but the water keeps shifting. Level 6 cracks. Loop 7 or 8. You've lost count. You're keeping a journal now. Physical, paper, because you don't trust your phone anymore. You've noticed that your phone carries over between loops. Texts you sent yesterday still show as sent, but no one else received them. Your outbox, their inbox, a one-way mirror. The journal is filling fast. You've mapped almost every significant event between 6:47 a.m. and midnight. $61,000 in gains across accounts, but the cracks are spreading. On loop 9, a man steps off the curb at West 14th and a taxi clips him. Not badly, he stumbles, swears. Yesterday, loop 8, that didn't happen. The day is drifting. Something about your choices is changing things. Small changes, but you can feel it. Like a photograph that's been photocopied too many times. The image is still there, but it's getting softer at the edges. Level 7, the warning loop 12. You're not sure it's 12. Might be 15. You've stopped being precise about the count. You wake up and your journal is gone. Not misplaced. Gone. The drawer where you keep it. Empty. You search the apartment for 40 minutes. Nothing. You sit on the floor and try to remember without it. You can still remember, but now you're aware that you're relying on memory inside a loop that's already a memory. It's recursive, vertiginous. You go outside. The newsstand woman isn't there today. First time. The headlines are different. Something about a politician, a scandal. Nothing you remember. For the first time in however many loops, you feel it. You don't know what's going to happen next. You go back inside. You check your brokerage accounts. $61,000. Still there. Still real. But real in what sense? If tomorrow everyone wakes up and it's the next day, does the money exist? Does any of this exist? You drink your coffee standing up. You think about the man who got clipped by the taxi. In some loops, it didn't happen. In some, it did. What changed? You changed. Your choices are editing the day, and you don't know what else you've edited. Level 8. Someone else knows loop 16. Approximately. You're sitting in the park at 11 a.m. You always have an hour free here. Nothing major happens. And a woman sits down next to you. That's not unusual, but she opens a small notebook. Dark cover, rubber band around it. Just like yours. You watch her from the corner of your eye. She's writing fast. Not notes. A list, times, locations, the same format you use. Your breath goes shallow. You say, "Nice day." She looks up, studies your face for exactly 2 seconds, then says, "You remember yesterday, don't you?" Not a question. You don't answer. She closes the notebook, puts it in her bag. "I've been watching you make trades. 12 loops ago, you bought Verizon puts. That doesn't happen organically. Someone told you, or someone remembers." Silence. "How long for you?" she asks. You say, "I don't know. 15, maybe 16. She nods slowly. 23 for me. The park sounds, kids, dogs, wind, suddenly feel very far away. "Are you the reason the day is changing?" you ask. She looks at you like that's the most naive thing she's ever heard. "We both are," she says, "and we're not the only ones." Level 9, the architecture. Her name doesn't matter. What matters is what she knows. She found 3 others, all remembers, all running the same day, all making small changes, all drifting further from the original. She calls it the bleed. Every choice a remember makes erodes the day slightly. Stack enough remembers, stack enough loops, and the day starts to degrade. Events that happened no longer happen. Events that never happened start appearing. "The taxi accident," you say. She stops walking. "What about it?" "West 14th. Guy steps off the curb. She pulls out her notebook, flips to a page. That started happening on loop 11, she says quietly. It's not supposed to be there. She looks at you.